So one of the mistakes we make here in Africa is that we fail to give foundational concepts their place. That is one of the major reasons why the Westerners seem to be better when it comes to putting in a lot of professionalism, right? And the outputs they have, whether in film, whether in art, or in any other sector. This is solely because in Africa, we do a lot of ignoring the foundational concepts. That brings me to what I'm going to be doing today. This is my first video for the year, and what way to do a first video than to do some foundational lessons, important foundational lessons for that matter. So I'm EKD, and today I'm going to be revealing or showing you one of my private classes I had with my pro cyclers. At the end of this video, I'm going to be giving you more information about my pro cycle. On this private class, we had a guest from Portugal, my friend, a Portuguese designer, Gaspar. She came up and she came to teach something I consider a master class. We could go to learn a little segment of it in the Harvard Business School. And she taught intensively on how creatives can manage their projects, right, from different clients. Like, this was a very intensive class. Once you see it, you would agree with me that it is worth it. I'm going to get out of the way so I show you this class. It was a Zoom class, by the way, but you are going to enjoy it. Let us begin.
The content that I bring here today, it's a lot about project managing and the way we handle the clients, mostly about branding and website design. That's the main of our activity. But the type of content that I bring here today, I think that you can apply to other creative fields. I don't know which areas you work on. So I try to make it as standard as we can so everyone can apply it. But first, let me introduce myself and tell you why I'm here talking about this. And thank you so much, EKD, for bringing me here today. So I'm a Portuguese designer, and I've been working in brand strategy and brand design for 15 years now. I founded my branding agency 9 years ago, and
I said that's a very long time, 15 years.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it's a lot of time, and with a lot of hiccups in the middle, COVID and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago, I founded a conference, a design conference here in Portugal. It's the Design for Business conference. It's a conference that we do every year to talk about all of these things: project managing, budgets, how to get more clients, this kind of stuff that we all designers need to know more about. And I've been speaking and training and mentoring a lot of designers. So I really like to share a lot of this work and a lot of this content, because when I first started 9 years ago, I had nothing to learn. So I really know how important it is for us to share all of this content. So this is all of us last year in the conference. We got 120 designers. It was really good to have all these people in the same room. Yeah. And so today I'm going to talk to you about 6 points that for me are key when we are talking about project managing. And it's not only about managing our projects, it's to give the clients what they are expecting to get in the end. For me, that's the most important thing. I want the client in the end of the project to get what he was thinking that he would get, and so he's happy with my service. So first I'm going to talk to you about Start Strong, the onboarding phase, how we start every project before the designing. Then I'm going to talk to you about how to organize systems and files in our computer and stuff. Then timings and structure, planning the flow of the project and telling that to the client. And then communication without chaos. It's really important to keep all the communication with the client along the project in a manner that the client don't feel lost. And then how to wrap it up all the project with the excellence. And then in the end, I'm going to talk to you about the mindset of sharing and celebrating every project that we can get to a good end. So starting strong, how we onboard our clients. I can tell you that when I first started the agency, we didn't have this much concern to all of this stuff. But along the years, we've come to realize that the clients really value all of these phases and all of this process along the project. So I don't know how you work in Nigeria, because these things sometimes are really cultural. But here we don't work without a first payment. That's non-negotiable.
Same thing here.
Yeah. We divide the payment in multiple phases, and we don't start the work without the first payment coming through. Then we do a kickoff meeting, mostly to set expectations, because the client can't we need to make sure that the client desires something that we can deliver. Okay, so, and together a very detailed briefing. I really believe that the briefing, it's the main thing when it comes to getting understanding what the client desires. So I'm really focused on this phase, the phase of the briefing. Then we get all of the info we need upfront. For instance, if we are making a website, we need information about the company, we need photos, all of that stuff. We ask the client for it, and we receive it. And sometimes the people will say, oh yeah, I'll send you tomorrow. And then the 3 weeks or 3 months go by and they haven't sent anything. So I really focus on getting all of the information, ask smart and structured questions. We really need to understand the reality of the business of the client. And then we create a reusable onboarding checklist. We have a checklist that we go through. Basically, it's this. But when it comes to the briefing, we have a detailed briefing that we always go like a checklist, because it just saves us time, and then we make sure we don't forget to ask anything. Then the second step of our project, okay, it's to organize to thrive. We really believe we are always seeing on the internet that memes about how the client, all the files of designers are called final 1, final 2, final 3, and I really don't believe anything of that. I'm really demanding about the files organizations, because I need to make sure that in 3 years, when I come back and want to get the final file of some project, I will know which one is. And because space is money, okay? Gigabytes are money. We can just keep everything, because we just download it. We have to organize and to know where all of the files are about the client. So the first step is to set up the project folders and naming conventions to avoid chaos. So all of the folders in our computers are called the same, and they have the same organization to every client. So this way we know for sure how we can find the files we are looking for. This is just an example. We have all the clients. We have the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, according to the name of the client. Then inside each one, for instance, my own client, that is my personal brand. And then inside, I'll have the name of the project, and then subfolders, all organized, so that we can always find the information that we need. Then I don't believe in using a lot of tools. We have the market, we have
Carolina,
a lot. Yes.
I'm really sorry. Can I ask a question though? You want to finish up before?
Oh, you can ask
I
now.
ask this question?
Yes,
Okay,
it's okay. Yeah.
Okay, can you go to the previous slide?
Yes.
So that I can understand something here. Okay, so in this first, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing now. This first,
I can see
I
what
call
you're
it
doing.
a column. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. So this first column here, or let me say the second one, you have the name of clients, right? That's what you have
Yes.
here. Then here you have the different projects you've done for them, right? Maybe this, am I correct?
No, first I have the name of the client. Okay. So
Here,
for instance,
the name of the client.
yes, C, it's on A, B, C, D, and then the C, it's the name of the clients that
Like
start
the
with C,
alphabetical
okay?
order. Okay, I get.
Yes, alphabetical order.
order.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I get it now.
And then inside each of the clients, I have the projects that I have inside, and then inside each of the project, I'll have the information. For instance, if the client sent me photos for developing the website, I'll have a folder that is called the information. I know that everything that the sent me is on that folder. Okay. Even if he sends me through, because sometimes clients will send on email, but other times they will send, for instance, WeTransfer, that after a while it expires, so you have to download everything. But then you go, if you put everything on the download folder, it's a chaos. So everything we keep on the client folder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Then about the tools, there are a lot of tools, and I believe in keeping it simple. When I'm speaking about tools, I'm speaking about specific project managing tools, and I don't know what the word is, keeping information tools like WeTransfer or Dropbox or Google Drive. We have a lot of tools available, and sometimes I see that people get a little bit overwhelmed and start to use a lot of tools, and then it's more a confusion than it is to streamline. So I think we need to choose one or two tools and then to use them at their fullest potential. For communication, we only use email with our clients. I've tested other communication tools, but so far we only do it by email for a lot of reasons. And then we have shared folders and platforms, and we have Notion for project management with the team, myself and the team. And then we have Google Drive for sharing folders to share the files between me and my colleagues, the people on my team. But with my clients, I don't have Google Drive folders, okay? This is the example. It's a print screen of my Notion management template where I have all, I'm sorry, this is in Portuguese, so, but I'll try to translate. So we have all of the, let me see how we have the clients, and then inside the clients, we have the projects. And then inside each project, we have all of the budget information and financial information about that project, and all of the tasks that are related to that project. Then we have time tracking. Then we have meetings. Every time we have a meeting with anyone, even if it's a discovery call with a new lead, or if it's a meeting with someone on my team, or a meeting with the client, every information that we have on that meeting, I'll record it and upload it over here so that I have all of the information on one side, okay?
Then, so let me quickly ask a question on that Notion.
Yes, sure.
Okay, I think for the Notion, I think we'll have to maybe say a bit. So for let me say you have a meeting with a client, for instance. So it means you have to upload maybe the briefings and everything on their own maybe folder or something in the Notion, right? You upload it to their folder. They have a folder, or they have a section. You have a section for each client there, right?
I have a page for each meeting, and I have a page for each client, because we can have a meeting. Yes, because we can have a meeting and that never comes up to a project. For instance, a discovery meeting with someone that just wants a budget. And then I'm talking to the person because my meetings are mostly online. So I'm talking to the person on the meeting, and I'm just typing and keeping all of the information. When it
Okay.
becomes a client, then we have a
Okay.
separate folder, and then I
Okay.
put there all of the briefing information so that I can share, because record it, because I can't remember everything, and to share it with other people from my team.
From your team. Okay. So it's just you
Okay?
and your team here. The client does not have access here,
No, I
certainly.
don't have clients over here.
Okay.
Client
Beautiful.
communication, it's only by email.
Email. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yes, we'd only work with email, because I don't know how it is in Nigeria, but in Portugal, big companies only use email. Big companies don't go to ClickUp or don't go to Notion. Everyone uses email. So we need to keep everything registered so that we can avoid problems, because today they say, oh, I want a website with 5 pages. And then after a month, oh, I said I wanted 7.
I said 7 pages. That's true. So you have to be.
Yeah, so we keep everything on email. Obviously, we will talk on the phone with the person, and we get messages on WhatsApp, but we
Important
always,
things has to be on
yes,
email.
important things like approvals or budgets,
Beautiful.
all of that stuff goes by email.
Beautiful. I think you can proceed.
So after that, just like I said before, no need for 5 platforms. Clarity wins, and I think we really need to, because I see that a lot of people that have Trello and have ClickUp and have Asana and have a lot of platforms, and then all of the information, it's completely scarce and spaced out. So on the third part of the project management, we got the client, he made the first payment, we got the files and organized everything and all of the information. Now we are going to plan the flow of the project and the timings and structure that we are going to follow with the client. And when I first started, I didn't do any of that. The client said, oh, I want a logo. Okay, I'm going to work, and whenever it's ready, I'll send it to you. But now we are much more demanding about this, because first, it's a lot easier for us to plan our time if we have a timing schedule, and we are demanding with that. And then the client really values to know, okay, now we are going to wait 2 weeks, and then they'll send us information. No, I only have to wait 1 week. They don't like to feel lost in the process. So the first thing we do is break the project into phases with clear timing. For instance, market research and strategy development. On these dates are only examples, okay? Branding and positioning, website development, content marketing and blogging. This is just an example, but so that you can see what I'm saying. But we are going to make a lot of steps and to give timings to the client. And when we ask for feedback to the client, we will say to him, you have 5 days to answer to us. You can't have like 3 months until you gave us feedback about the website, okay? Because from my experience, when we don't set the timelines, sometimes they will go by months before they say something to us.
That's correct. Just a little break. Can we see you guys? Town of Promise, there, Derek. So I know you guys are there. Yeah, you guys are following. Okay, you can continue. Sorry, okay, can I have your water? Have your water. You guys can put on your camera, but just mute yourself. Mute yourself. I think that part is very important, because if you give a client, if you tell them that, okay, I need clarity on this and this, they can leave it for, like, maybe you told them you are going to complete it in 2 weeks' time. They will leave it until maybe 1 week time. They will reply you. Then they expect you to still finish that same, like, 2 weeks time. So I think that's a beautiful one. You have to give them the time.
And when we do the proposal, the budget, when we send the budget to the client, it's on our terms and conditions that when we ask for feedback, you have a limit of, for instance, 1 month to answer to us. Because I've had bad experience in the past. The worst that I had was a website that I was 3 years waiting for feedback. I had a client that did this to us, and it's ridiculous. We can't have a project opened in our hands for 3 years. It's ridiculous. So now we do all of that, and we put it on our proposals that if you don't answer to us for 1 month, we will consider the project finished, and you will have to pay us the last payment of the project, because like I said, we had a website completely made, but we didn't have the final approval to put it online, but it was completed, and I waited 3 years for the last payment, we just can't have that. So I
And
put all.
yeah, I think that's a very good one. And sometimes it might be inflation. So
Yeah,
you
because
might
the
come back and
price.
prices have gone up, hosting price and
Yes, the
everything.
price I was making
So
3 years,
that's
it's not
ridiculous.
the price I'm making
Yeah.
today. So it doesn't make any sense. So after that bad experience, I started to put that on my proposals. So after that, we will use time blocks. When, for instance, tomorrow it's Sunday, I will plan my week, okay? And I'll say, on Monday, I will work on that project. On Thursday, I will do content creation for my Instagram, for instance. On Wednesday and Thursday, I'll work on the other project. I use time block so that I don't fall in that trap of, oh, when I have time, I'll do something. Because for me, it's something that it took me a while to realize, but there is a hidden cost of always changing the project you are working on. That takes me for the next point, that it's, if you handle multiple projects, assign days, not hours. We can't be always flipping the project you're working on. For instance, for 30 minutes I will work on this project, and then for 45 minutes I'll work on that one, and I'm always changing, because when we take a while to get on the state of flow on when we are designing. First, we are a little bit rusty. Oh, I don't know what to do. I have to brainstorm. And then when we start to get on the flow, we can't always be flipping to another project. So deep work versus context switching, jumping between projects will cost time and quality. So when I block time on my schedule, I always try to block for at the very least half a day of work to one project. And during that time, I won't check my email. I won't check my WhatsApp. I won't check my Instagram. Often I put all the notifications off and go on airplane mode and just work on that project. And I find that our time it's much more efficient if we do that. So the fourth step of all of this, and I said a little bit of this before, the communication without the chaos with the client. We do status updates. We have weekly emails or milestone based. For instance, a client, we are working on a brand with a client, doing a branding project. The first step will be about the brand strategy. We are working on the brand strategy. I will say to the client, we have been working on this project for a while. How do you feel about meeting in 1 week? We can make a call in 1 week so that I can present it to you. Again, following the things that I said before, I don't want the client to feel that we are not working on this project. Because when we go too long without saying anything to the client, you just feel, oh, I don't know what they are doing. Probably they just forgot about my project. So I'm always keeping up and always saying, oh, hello, we are working on your project. Don't worry. Then we ask for validation. We always confirm changes or decisions in writing by email. Specifically, budget approvals. When someone says, okay, let's go, they always like to call, by phone and say, oh, let's go, I saw your budget and let's go. Okay, just reply to my email and say to me by email that we are going forward with this, because it's really important to have it in writing. And all in one place. We only communicate with the client on one platform. I don't know how it is on Nigeria, but here in Portugal, in Europe in general, everyone just wants to speak by WhatsApp, and I really hate it for one specific reason.
It's the
First,
same thing here. I think
yeah,
it's the same thing here. Everybody
I think it's
try
all
to
over the
send
world.
WhatsApp.
because the information, it's all in one place. It's completely confused. When you try to find something that someone said like 3 weeks ago, it's a nightmare. Then the people think that they can send you messages on WhatsApp every time of the day, and I hate that. I won't reply to you at 9 p.m. Forget it. So they can send the messages, but I will always, wait a while before I answer, and I'm always saying, please send me this information by email, because it's a lot easier to manage a lot of information when we have it in a place like email or other platform that you choose to use. Specifically, for instance, I get some information from my client and I need to share it with my team. If the information it's on WhatsApp, it's chaotic. So I will center everything around one place. And not lastly, but one of the last points, wrap it up with excellence. When I'm talking about excellence, I really want the client. I want the client reaction when he sees the project to be, wow, I really love this. That's the only reaction that I want my clients to have, and that's when I feel that I made a good project. But for that to happen, we need to focus on enchantment, on showing the client that his project, and to get to give him a little bit of magic. Okay, so presentation. I don't send just a file like a logo on a page and just, okay, see what you want. I make a call with the client. I present it myself and tell him the story of the solution that we found. And this is really, really, really important for us to be approved right away. Then approval, we get a clear confirmation that everything is done and approved. For instance, he said that it's approved. Okay, but it's the project finished, because being approved and being finished are different things. Okay, so we need the client to confirm. Okay, the project is finished. Can we consider it closed? I always ask the clients by email, because then what happens after a month or two? They just come back and say, oh, I thought you were going to make this and this and this and this. No, the project, we need a statement that the project is closed. Then the final files. We always delivered clean, organized files that we send to the client. And depending on the project, if it's a big branding project, sometimes I'll send the client a box with a USB pen, hard drive, with all of the files, so that the people like to receive all of these presents. And so I give them folders with everything organized and the logo in multiple formats and all of the variations. And again, here is your final files of your project, so that we can consider it closed, for instance. Okay. And then delivery template. That's something that it took me a while to do, because I always, the presentations of the projects that we do, we always followed a similar structure, but I didn't have an internal template, a template for us to use. And then we started to use it, and it saved us a lot of time. So as you start to do a lot of projects from one type of project, you can start to streamline the process and to create your own templates, because it will save you a lot of time, because you every time you're doing a project, you won't have to think, how am I going to present this, and you just follow the template and it's done. And you can have your templates, you can always perfect it, but you have something to go on. And lastly, the mindset, it's something that we designers always forget or we postpone to do. That is sharing our projects and updating our portfolio. All designers in the world are always saying, oh, I need to update my portfolio. So when we finish a project, this is the last step that we do. Okay, the project is closed, is approved, I sent the files to the client. Okay, so now what do we have to do internally to make sure that this project is shared, and it's making sure that we get new projects. Okay, so we need to do a portfolio update. Don't forget to add this project to your portfolio. Then we need to use social media.
Please, Carolina, just for a minute. I was hoping to use a Zoom that had the subscription, but because of time, I could not figure that out to start.
I can
checking
send you
for the account.
I can send you the
Okay, you want to send me the
presentation. Don't
link?
worry. Yes,
Okay.
yes,
No,
it's
because
fine. Don't worry.
yes, the Zoom is going out now. So, but I will need to send you another link now. So
Ah,
just
okay.
a minute. I
Okay.
want to send you another link now so that we can use that to wrap up. Because this one is going off now in less than a minute.
Okay.
Yes. So we'll just start from
See
I'm
you in a
sending it to
bit.
you now.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much. So guys,
So I'm just finishing now, but as I was saying, update your portfolio, share your work on social media. It's how new clients usually find us. Then use the momentum and use finished projects to build credibility and trust. For instance, don't just share the project, but do it as a case study and explain how that project got results for your client. And then don't forget to celebrate. It's always a good win to close a project and to stop a little bit and acknowledge it. It's really important to celebrate when we have a win. Okay, and don't forget, clarity creates confidence. So a clear process shows your clients they are in good hands, build trust, and sets you apart from the chaos of the industry. There are a lot of designers out there. There are a lot of people doing the same thing, and we have to do everything we can to set us apart from the rest of all of designers. Then consistency saves time. A repeatable workflow will save you time, giving you more space for doing what you love, that is designing. That's how you grow sustainably. And then professionalism is a process. Process turns creativity into a reliable service, and that's what clients pay for. Because when we sell something to a client, the client is not seeing the final result. Is not buying an object from a shelf on a supermarket. Is buying the trust that we are going to do a good job. And when we have a process, we can tell, okay, see what I have done for this client, see this project. I will do the same process with you, and I will use the same methodology, and you will do the same for you, so that you have a good project as well. And that's it. That's the end. I don't know if you have any questions. Feel free to ask.
people want to clap for we should clap for our lecturer, today's lecturer. That was a nice one. You both should unmute yourself and clap. They want to clap for you. You both should unmute yourself and clap. As in, it was very educative, very educative.
I really
Yeah,
hope
they
it
are
helps
clapping.
everyone.
They're clapping for you. Okay,
I will
amazing.
give you the file of the presentation so
Okay.
that you can,
Okay. Thank you. Beautiful.
see again and take some notes
Okay.
if you want to. Okay,
Okay.
it's
Very
totally fine.
important. Very important. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this lecture. I really appreciate this lecture. I think here in Nigeria, we might have to be honest, especially if you are not an agency, because most of the people we have here, they are not agencies per se. So a lot of people we have might just be individual doing business, right? Individuals doing business. And when it comes to this aspect, I think it's very much needed and it's very important. And I've seen everything you've listed. It's very important to get a first-hand knowledge from somebody who has an agency, and if you're running an agency for 15 years, right? So
No, 9 years. 9 years.
9 years. Okay, but you've
I will
designed for
get to
15
15.
years.
I will get to 15.
Okay. Okay. But you mentioned something about 15 years.
I've been
Designing for 15
working.
years
Yes,
as a
I've been
designer
working for
15 years.
15.
Okay. Okay, beautiful. So that's very
But here in I think it's all over the world. We have a lot of freelancers, designers, freelancers, and we have a lot of agencies.
freelancers. Yeah.
But
I think
what I feel about processes and all of this stuff that we have been talking about, some things will save us time, but other things will be important to create a perception on the client.
beautiful. Yeah, that's exactly.
And then we can do that being a freelancer or being an agency. Because when I first started out, I was a me agency. Okay, I was an agency. I had the brand of an agency, but it was only me working there. So technically,
Okay.
I was a freelancer. Okay, I just had the brand of an agency doing the communication for me. But some of this stuff, it's really important to save us time, and we are in the business of selling time, so we want to save as much as we can. But other stuff, and I would say like 70%, it's all about giving that sparkle to the client so that they feel that they are in good hands. And you can do that being a freelancer or being an agency.
Yeah, beautiful. So that's called perceived value. Just that perceived value. So much later we'll talk about that. I mean, I'm talking to these guys. Much later I'll talk about perceived value and things like that. I really want to appreciate you today. I think they have questions, right? You guys have questions. I didn't get to introduce them to you. So these are the pro cyclers. Some of them have their video turned on, some do not. I think 1 or 2 persons turned on their video. So we have about 3 females. We have ladies like you. We have 3 females here. I think we have Joy. We have 2 females. One was supposed to be here. I think she's out of the call. I don't know. But we have about 3 females. We have about 4 males or so. So this is typically the pro cyclers, and maybe from time to time we'll have more conversations, right? But these guys, they want to advance. That's why they are here, right? They want to advance in knowledge and everything. So I think this is a step to this knowledge is very organized. I could see it's very organized. It's like you're presenting a TED talk. So no, very super. Am I lying, guys? Am I lying? Like super organized. Like they agree with me, right? Super organized. So I like it. I like it. And I think we've learned something. So let's take questions. Take questions. Does anybody have a question?
And if you have any question later, you can always hit me on Instagram, and I'll have
Instagram.
I'm happy to share everything. Okay.
Yeah. Just say EKD Pro Cycle. Once you put that first, you not say okay. Okay. So Joe, I think you have a question. Right? You have a question.
Perfect.
Yes,
no,
sir.
I don't.
Okay. You don't have a question, really?
I do have a question.
Okay. Can you go ahead with your question? Yeah.
Okay, there was a point you made mention of. You said no need for 5 platforms. Clarity links. So I don't really understand that.
What? Can you
So
repeat
I
it
asked
again?
you to
I'm not sure I got what you said. Can you repeat it again?
Yeah, okay, I said there was a point she made that was under the second step. So she said no need for 5 platforms. Clarity wins.
Okay, no need for high platforms. That was what you had.
I saw 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, no need for 5 platforms. Okay, can you? So Carolina, over
Yes,
to you. Can
clarity
you
wins. So I
speak
don't
on that?
understand.
I was talking about the, you know, some people just they use too much platforms when managing the client, and a lot of people do that mistake because there are a lot of amazing platforms right now on the market, and most of them with free plans. For instance, they use Google Drive, and the client needs to put there the files, and then they use Trello, and then they use Notion, and then they use WhatsApp, and then they use email. And when the clients want to speak with them, they just don't know where am I going to supposed to talk, you know. That's what I meant when I said that. I used 5, just an example.
Yeah. Okay, I think
All
that's
right, I
understood.
understand now.
Okay. Okay, do you have any other
Yes,
question?
I have another question.
Okay.
Okay, so my second question, I don't know, how do you is it okay to say no to some clients when you know they're not giving you, will I say they're not giving you clear information? Yes. So, for example, I've heard of people having clients that don't give clear information. They just want you to do something. Maybe, I don't know, here in Nigeria, there's some client that just wants you to do something.
They
They just
do
want
your
you to
magic, I
perform
trust you.
magic without telling you anything.
That's the worst.
So, I don't know, is it okay to say no?
I guess it really depends on the timing you are. If you really need that project and that money, or you, okay, this month I'm fine and I can just pass on. But that type of clients, as you know, it's really difficult to work with them because I'm not a witch. I don't know what are you thinking about, because I trust you. I think you will do a great job, and I don't know what that is. So when I get that, I turn on the detective work, and I I just do a lot of questions. And that in the beginning I said I was talking about the briefing. I really do a lot of questions, and usually what I feel is that those clients, they're just not in the mood to think about. They're, oh, I don't have time. Uh, just deal with that. But then I say to them, I really, in order for me to do a good job, I really need to know your business. So we need to talk about these things. And when I start asking questions, and maybe the first one they don't give good answers, because you know, when we are speaking with someone and what do you want with a new logo? Oh, more clients, and they just don't develop the answer, you know. But when we start to do more questions and more and more and more, they start to open up, and they will give, most of the times they will give a lot of information that we had no idea, and that if we had been making the project without that information, we would probably fail. But there are clients that are bad for us. We all know that. There are clients that don't value us enough. But sometimes we can say no to them. And then when we can, it's amazing, because we have the power to choose the clients that really will value the things that we do. But I'm being realistic here. We all have things to pay for, and we all need money to live. So there are times that we can't just say no to all of clients. So when that happens, we need to make an effort to open the dialogue and to push a little bit, and to make him understand that, okay, you don't want to give me any answer, but if you don't give me an answer, I will do a bad job. So it's in your interest, it's your business. Do you want a bad logo? It's not my business. My business has a good logo. Do you want a bad logo for you? and then put the responsibility on their side. That's what I try to do.
Yeah. So, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes.
Right. Somebody's complaining that he's not hearing me. I don't know if is it clear enough like the first time? Is it
Yes,
clear
it's
enough?
clear.
Okay. So I love the fact that Carolina has balance. She did a lot of balancing there because some persons might be unrealistic. If you see some persons online talking about this thing, sometimes they say, just say no to the client and move on. Like, so I love the fact that you are being realistic. Like there are some things, sometimes you might be in a situation where you have, like you said, you have bills to pay and things like that. So there has to be a let me say, wisdom to get by. So just adding to that, I would say number one is that sometimes you've been working for a client for a long time, so you already know what they want. You know what they need. You know how their work will always go. You don't need too much to know too much about the
Yes.
project. So there are some clients like that, and you know what they put into your business. So those times you don't need to stress those kind of clients. You know what they put into your business, so you just go for that. You already know how, and most times it turns out well because you already understand them. So, but for a new client, like she said, that does not want to speak up, that is not feeling, or sometimes they don't do it on purpose. Like they want to tell you things, but some people are not just that saying type. They just want to go straight to the point. Like this is what it is. I need, like she said, I need a logo for because I want more customers, right? So you can just tell you like that. So sometimes what you can do is that you can, while trying to get them to speak, you can research, right? Research on their businesses. So that would help. Go to their social media page, research. And another thing you can do is that when people are kind of that busy, you can tell them to assign somebody in the company to you, right? There has to be somebody that understands their business, that is with them, one of their team member or something. So if they are too busy, they can't get to you. And you know that this client is very important. Like they have a lot of weight. We call it weight here in Nigeria. You understand what I say? They have a lot of weight, right? So you have to just use that wisdom. Tell them, okay, assign somebody to me, right? Assign maybe a lower member of the team to me that understands that. So you have to ask that person, you get to ask the person the question, and the person gets to respond to you very, very, give you a lot of detailed response. So I think that can treat that. So your ability to be able to manage clients, it's a lot of, if you have that ability, I think it's very good. And just sometimes you have to say no to some client that really don't value you, that it gets to that point, right? But your ability to manage it up to the point where it's there's nothing I can do about this. It's a very good skill. I think that's what she's saying. So thank you for that answer, Carolina. Thank you for the answer. So do I have another question? Let's have somebody else ask one question. I've wasted our time a lot today. I know she has a lot other things to do. So I just want to ask maybe one more question, then we can go. You have anything to say, Carolina? While somebody's thinking of
No,
this
I
question.
agree completely with what
Yeah.
you said. And
Yeah.
I'll say just one thing. I think sometimes people are kind of addicted to meetings. And I think
Addicted to
sometimes
meeting.
people do.
Yeah.
I know designers that do like 5 meetings before they start to eat the logo. And I think you also need to value the time of the client, okay?
Exactly,
Because when
exactly.
the company is big, they really don't have a lot of time. And
Don't
five
have a lot of
meetings,
time.
why? Five
Yes.
afternoons, oh my God, that's so much time. So
Yes.
it's a sweet spot between, okay, I need my information, but I also
Yeah.
I can just be a pain in the ass to the
Yes,
client.
yes. That's very accurate. Let me tell you one secret now. People that are very, if you have very high paying clients, right? Most of the times they don't like speaking too much because they have a lot of things they are doing. So you don't want to waste their time. So you have to be very calculative. Very calculative. So don't waste their time. Don't add to their problem, right? Instead to bring a solution and you want to add to their problem. So that's just it. You don't need to do
Yeah, it's
multiple
completely
times.
the
Plan it.
the more money they have, the more they value the time.
The time, yeah, the more they value the time. So help them save that time. They'll value you. So that's it. So any other question? Let's have one more question. Then can I allow Carolina to go?
Yes, sir. Yes, I have a question.
Okay, Derek. Okay, can I ask your question?
Can I proceed, sir?
If you can, I can hear you. You can ask your question.
Okay. I've come to realize something. I'm not really experienced with this logo and brand identity names, but there are some clients that when they reach out to you, they ask you for a logo design. But these clients don't have even a brand strategy. So I don't know how you'll be able to convince a client to understand that he needs like the identity of the brand from the strategy before coming to the logo. Because there are some people that just come and say, I just want a logo, I just want a logo. But
I think I think we get you. We get your question. I think we get your
they
question. I'm
don't
sure
have
we
to
get
think
the
that they are building the logo.
yeah. I get your question. Although today we are not doing brand identity, we're not doing logo design. There's a specific day for that. But I'll just allow Carolina to answer the question. So
Yes, sometimes they come to me and they say, "Oh, I don't want any mock-up. I just want a logo," as if mock-ups are a service that we provide.
logos are standalone.
Okay, I'll sell mock-ups. It's common because people just have, we all know, right? This kind of work, people don't know much about it. I think it really depends on the type of client you have in front of you. When I see that the client really, really, really doesn't understand the necessity of strategy, I will give him what he wants. I will sell him what he wants, but I will give him what he needs. And what do I mean by that? Okay, I'll do a logo design, but the budget it's for everything. Okay, he thinks he's just buying a logo design, but right now I don't do logo design without strategy. So even if he thinks that it's not buying it specifically, but I will make it part of my methodology. So I don't do the logo before I do the strategy. It just doesn't make any sense. So he thinks that it's just buying logo design, but I will add, and my service will include brand strategy. But this is when the client, when you just see that the client doesn't understand. But when I see that the client may understand, I'll make sure to explain to him the needs of making a strategy so that I can sell it for a higher price. How do I do this? Usually I like to do it with case studies, because when I present my budget, I always accompany the proposal with case studies. And I always show him case studies of projects that are similar to him, to their project. For instance, if the company wants a rebrand, I will show him a case study of a rebrand I made for another company. And then I will say to him, for this client, we made this, and this. We had it brand strategy, brand design, applications, web design, all of that stuff. And these are the results that the client got. The company grew a lot over the few years. They had a lot of visibility. And this is all to show them the needs and the result that they can have when they do the same thing. So I think it really depends on the type of client you have in front of you. You may choose to explain a little bit, or to just don't push too much.
So that's perfect. That is perfect. There's nothing to even add to it. That's perfect. So nice one. Thank you very much, Carolina Gaspar. I guess there's no other question. Don't worry, if you guys have any question, just hold it. But I'm sure there's no other question. We will have Carolina Gaspar again, maybe at our creative conference, but later on, maybe during June, we'll have Carolina Gaspar again. That'll be a bigger conference. We'll have a lot of speakers coming up in that conference. So that network is really bad for I don't know if it's from my end. Well, can you guys hear me really?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So we'll have again. That will be June. But I enjoyed today's lecture. It was very nice. I guess you guys agree with me. So Karina is going to go now, but just for 1 minute, can you say a word to these guys? Just like if you do this thing for like, and you're in just in 9 years, you design for 15 years. So just one word for them, just as an encouragement.
An encouragement. Oh,
Yeah.
that's tough. I think that we are living strange time in the world of this because of AI. Everything is just changing so quickly that are a lot of designers that are just saying, okay, we will be replaced by AI and there's no need for us to exist. And I think that I don't know if it's something that it's worrying you or not, but I think that it's a time that we really need to be adaptable and to adjust to what is happening all over the world. But I strongly believe, and that's what I'm currently saying to my students, that now more than ever, it's really important for us to share with the world everything that we do. There's no more space to, oh, I'll update my portfolio next year, or I'm just too shy of sharing my work on social media. We really need to share everything and to make an effort to educate our followers and our audience for the need of design, because I think that it's a job that all of us need to do daily. It's something that we all need to do. So don't give up on design. Design is just an amazing. I really love design. It has an ability to change the world around us, and will always be in need. But we all need to keep pushing and showing everything that we do and showing the world our talent, because we all have hidden talent inside us. Okay.
You guys should say thank you. I want one person to just say, okay, Joy, you're the one that has been active. So, but let me hear Gabriel. I want them to just give you 1 minute feedback of today's lesson. So to tell you how much they've learned in today's lesson. I think that would be a good feedback. So let's have Gabriel, are you there? To say something. Or is Gabriel still getting ready? Okay, Joy, say something. Just 1 minute feedback. How valuable was today's lesson? So it will not be as though I'm the only one speaking. Right.
All right. I want to say thank you to our guest speaker. I'm sorry for the background noise. So I want to say thank you, and I want to say that was really insightful. I really appreciate it, and I learned a lot. I've heard some of these things, but I heard it in another way. So I want to say thank you very, very much.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Gabriel, are you ready? Or Derek? Are you ready? It's okay. So
Yes, I'm here.
yeah, just 1 minute
Yeah.
for
So I
sure.
really appreciate the class and everything. Even though I was not in earlier, but what I heard towards the ending was really, really insightful. And I've gotten a lot of value. I'll take time to go over the recording. And I really appreciate this privilege that has been given to us. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you very much, Carolina. Thank you so much.
By the way, Derek is from Ghana. So we just have somebody, the rest people from Nigeria. We have one person from Ghana. So it's all right. So thank you very much, Karina, Gaspar. Thank you for responding to the call and coming to give this lecture. I really personally appreciate it.
I guess you enjoyed that session. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this was a private class we had last year with the Creative Pro Cycle. So the Creative Pro Cycle, EKD Pro Cycle, are a group of people I mentor, right? And they get lessons weekly, monthly. I get to bring different professionals from all around the world to come and help them up their game, right? Because the goal is to get global standard, not pegging ourselves to the standards we have locally, right? Is to get to global standard. That's why I ensure to bring people across. Of course, there are some people in Nigeria that have attained onto that global standard. I still get to bring those guys here and get them educated on these things. So if you want to be involved in the pro cycle, just give your comment below. We had a little break, but we are beginning this here again. And of course, we have other private videos that we've not yet released, right? But if I see that you guys are so interested in this, I might want to maybe show you in some more into what we do in the pro cycle. So that's it for today. I remain EKD. If you have any other video you want me to treat, just give your comments, and don't forget to share this video to other persons that it will benefit. So bye for now. I remain EKD. See you next time.